It's a scene we've seen far too many times across Europe's migrant routes. Desperate, determined, and often dangerous attempts to sneak into lorries heading for Britain. But this time, the story ended differently. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. Footage circulating online shows a group of migrants attempting to force open the back of a truck bound for the UK. They're seen working in broad daylight right beside a motorway rest stop, as if this has become just another part of daily life on Europe's roads. The target, a British registered lorry preparing to cross the channel. The method, simple. Break the lock, get inside, and hide until the vehicle makes its journey to Dover. But the driver had come prepared. Instead of a standard latch, this truck was fitted with what's been described as a weapons-grade padlock. Industrial, reinforced, and impossible to break by hand. You can see in the footage that after a few minutes of pulling, prying, and shaking, the group realizes they're getting nowhere. The frustration is clear. They eventually give up, vanishing back into the roadside scrub before police or security can intervene. Now, while this single clip might look like a small victory, one lorry saved from being breached, it also paints a stark picture of what's become an everyday risk for drivers hauling goods to and from Britain. For years, truckers have described Calais, Dunkirk, and the northern French ports as no-go zones after dark. Many now travel in convoys, park only in guarded compounds, or fit heavy-duty locks and motion alarms to stop incidents just like this. The numbers back it up. According to haulage associations, hundreds of attempts are made every month to stow away in trucks headed across the channel. Some migrants are caught multiple times in a single night, only to be released hours later. For drivers, it's more than just an inconvenience. It's a safety issue. If they're found with migrants in the trailer, even unknowingly, they face heavy fines and, in some cases, criminal charges once they reach the UK. It also highlights how fragile the border system really is. Despite millions spent on fencing, patrols, and new detection tech, migrants are still managing to reach the ports, sometimes traveling hundreds of miles across Europe through police checks to make one last desperate attempt. The logic is simple. Once they're in Britain, the chances of being removed are slim. But incidents like this show that the tide may be shifting. More drivers are taking security into their own hands, using reinforced locks, live tracking systems, and even dash-mounted cameras that alert them when someone tampers with their load. What was once a minor concern for hauliers has now become a frontline issue in the border debate. And while no one can deny the human desperation behind these acts, the risk people are willing to take to reach the UK, there's also a growing anger among those who feel the system is being exploited, while British drivers and taxpayers pay the price. So this time the lorry made it safely to its destination. The lock held. But the bigger story remains unchanged, because for every truck that stops an intrusion, there's another that doesn't. And as long as the rewards of making it across the channel outweigh the risks, these scenes will keep playing out on Europe's roads night after night. Have a watch of this.
Get moving. Big padlock. How did you think you were going to get in?
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. Go.
You have a key.
Yeah, I have a key.
Can give us windows?
No.
Okay, do you smoke?
No.
No. Everything no.
This whole situation exposes just how weak our border systems have become. The UK has some of the busiest freight routes in the world, yet the infrastructure to protect them is falling behind. Too many gaps, too little enforcement, and not nearly enough coordination between agencies. Border protection should be one of the government's top priorities. It's about safety, trade integrity, and national stability. If a single lorry or shipment can be tampered with before reaching British soil, that's not just a transport issue. It's a security failure. It's time for stronger measures, smarter technology, and real accountability from those in charge. Because until border security is treated as a serious, urgent matter, these breaches will keep happening, and the consequences will only grow. In other news, a gangster who launched 2 challenges against the Home Office's attempts to deport him has been jailed for life after committing 2 murders. Jason Furtado, 28, twice frustrated the government's efforts to send him to his country of citizenship, Portugal, in 2016 and 2022. Then, in June 2023, Furtado joined 4 other men in a violent gang crime in Archway, North London, for which he has now been jailed. The men, wearing face coverings and armed with machetes, attacked onlookers Leonardo Reed, 15, Clevi Shekaj, 23, and Abdullah Abdullahi, 28. Mr. Reed and Mr. Shekaj were killed after being mercilessly stabbed by the gang of men, with Mr. Abdullah surviving the ordeal. The 5 men, including Furtado, had more than 70 convictions between them. The 28-year-old killer was born in Britain to asylum seeker parents and had 9 prior convictions for 27 offences before carrying out the murders. After the Home Office first attempted to deport him to Portugal around 9 years ago, Furtado successfully frustrated the process by launching an appeal. The future murderer launched a second appeal just over a year before carrying out the killings, but this was dismissed. After serving time in prison for theft offences, he was released on immigration bail by the Home Office in November 2022 on the condition that his movements were monitored electronically. Furtado was equipped with a GPS tracking device at the time of the June 2023 murders. The sentencing judge described the behaviour of the group of 5 men convicted over Mr. Reed and Mr. Shekaj's deaths as appalling. The murderous gang frequently launched outbursts in the courtroom, displayed destructive behaviour in their holding cells, and had fought while in the docks, the judge noted. Mr. Shekaj's mother Valbona told The Times that it was heartbreaking and frustrating that men with such prolific criminal histories were allowed to walk freely on Britain's streets. The victim's mother said, "Serious system failures allowed dangerous individuals to remain free, and this ultimately cost Clevi his life." She described her 23-year-old son as caring, kind, and deeply loved, and added that she hoped that his memory inspires conversations about justice, preventing violence, and protecting innocent lives. During Furtado's second unsuccessful appeal against the Home Office's attempts to deport him to Portugal, Judge Susan Virginia Pitt read out his offender assessment report. She told the court he was frequently in fights at school and that there were reports of him bullying female students. There was no evidence that he obtained any qualifications whilst in education. He has provided no evidence of ever having been in paid employment. Thereafter, the evidence indicated that the dominant feature in his life was his association with gangs and criminality. Thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.